All right, guys, what is going on? And welcome back to the Tipped Out Podcast. I feel like it's been a while since we've done one of these, actually, but we are back with your hosts, Brandon Palmer and Danny Christy. What's going on, Danny? How are you, man?
I'm well, Brandon. How are you? For us, it's been a while, but for the listeners, it is not. We were ahead while I was there, and now I am no longer there. But
As the kids say, we had some on ice.
we
Um,
did.
but it's weird, man. I rather you be to my left as we film in person, but nonetheless, we're gonna get it done here, man. But last two podcasts have been absolutely incredible. So shout out to Remick and James for just being solid guests. We got some really cool stuff to come. We might even check it out a little bit later in this pod. What we got cooking up for you guys too. We hope to get you guys some good content as well as a little more value along with this podcast. So stay tuned for that. But today we're just basically going to be running it up right off the cusp from the heart. Just talking about the Masters and what we thought about that, man. Some crazy stuff, huh?
Yeah, it was. For me, it was almost a little heartbreaking as I'm a diehard Rory fan, and can't blame Scotty Scheffler. But I was definitely for a second was like, oh my God, he's making the charge. He's making the charge
Yeah.
that he needs to make to finally get one, and then
Yep.
it just wasn't enough.
I paused the event and like ate dinner or something. So I remember you being ahead and you were like, "Wow, what a chip from Rory!" And I like he had a couple good chips like before he actually holed that. So I was like, just and then he started really making a charge, and I was like, "Oh my god!" I was like, "Danny must be electric right now."
Oh,
So,
I haven't
yeah,
been that excited in a while watching golf. I felt like I was like 12 again watching him win at Congressional by 8.
yeah. That's what I told my dad. I go, "Dude, I like that was so exciting. That was one of the most exciting PGA Tour events I've watched in a good while. I mean, the seasons have been absolutely incredible, and with the stuff Mr. Scheffler is doing, man, it's the power of Chipotle, right, man?"
Yeah, that's a funny interview. Well, I'm going to give you one more thing here, and then we can start talking Scotty. But I'm pretty sure I manifested Rory's round. I can't lie.
Hmm.
Because I had just been, I woke up Sunday morning, and I wanted to see some good Rory golf. I couldn't tell you why, so I rewatched him at that 2011 U.S. Open. Rewatched that round. It was like, dang, like yeah, that's how I'd almost forgotten what it was like to see him run it up, and then it's like, dang, like that was cool. Whatever, watched that, went and played on my own, got back, and then he was going crazy, and I was like, oh my God.
You did, man. Rory, if you see this, dude, you owe Danny some money.
Or just like a meet and greet. I'll take that.
That's fact. That's odd, dude. Um, but yeah, dude. Oh yeah, for everybody kind of listening in, feel free to crack a cold one unless this is your drive to work. But Danny and I are sipping on some drink. I'm rocking a little Blue Moon Light Sky. Danny brought these to me, crib. A little citrus wheat for you. I enjoy it, man. I really do. It's like a little creamsicle, you know?
Do you like him? Yeah, I love him.
I don't really like creamsicles, but I do like citrus wheat, light sky blue
Well,
moon.
there you go.
Shout out.
Delicious.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
What are you sipping on, White Girl?
what'd you say? Yeah, White Claw. Yeah, lime.
I did say,
I thought you said something else for a second. I don't know what, but um, uh, dude. Also, Scotty Scheffler is a psycho.
why?
That's literally what popped in my head when he made that chip on 3. I was like, this guy's a psycho.
I mean, it was just his week, and he's number one
He
in the
really
world.
was. Like, so that was honestly what I was about to bring up, which I feel like you and I talk about a decent amount.
Yep.
Is like, and it makes it. We're not taking anything away from him. I do this on to myself when I look back at tournament rounds that I've won. Right, where
That's
you
perfect
look
golf.
back and you go, it was just your time. Like
Yep.
you played well, but also you caught a couple more breaks, and that's just the way it is. But
That's
I
golf.
think,
Golf.
yeah, I think that's something that's really like important to note, and especially when you're playing. I mean, those guys are also evenly matched skill level wise. Like, it's just it really there's part of it is luck, or not necessarily luck, but yeah, it's just your week sometimes. I think that's an important thing to know. I think that's an important thing to not be too hard on yourself sometimes when you don't always perform exactly like top notch. You know.
Dude, I love the thought. Like I just read it in. I was reading a little bit of not the golf is a game of perfect. Who's that by again?
Bob Rotella.
Yeah, so I'm reading Rotella's next book, and that's the one he like prescribes as like a guidebook or like a handbook for the previous books about the psychology of a golfer's mind and stuff. So this one's just like his like 10 commandments for golf, and one of them is like you can prepare for the shot, and our director of golf at the academy likes to say this too. Is like you can prepare for a golf shot, but then once you actually swing and you strike the ball, like now it's the elements, it's the golf course, it's your luck, it's the energy. Like that's when it's your week or not. I love that
Yeah.
thought. I can prepare if I'm committed to the shot and I've got the right club, did the homework, and I hit it and it doesn't end up where I was at. Like that's just golf, and I think that's what it's the lost art of playing the game is we get so technical, so swing based, but dude, the golf ball's in all different lies and
Yep.
you know everything. And we usually just practice on a mat or on a range, flat lie, and we get out to the course and the lie is totally different. Ball above, below, left, right, the wind, and we just think a wedge goes this one yardage. Like you got to learn to do all different shots and literally play the game. And
Yeah. I think one thing that always helps me, I always try to look back on too if I'm trying to keep my head clear and not get upset on the golf course is like all the breaks that go your way or don't go your way. Just try to always remember they pretty much even out. Like they really do. Like take a deep breath next time you get a bad break or you feel like you get a couple bad breaks in a row. You're like, well, we I feel like if you get in the wrong headspace, you're more likely to notice the bad breaks and think you're all so unlucky,
100%.
and that's not true at all. So
Yeah. It's 100% just how you think about it. Um, if you just kind of let things happen out there, he said it's almost just as bad to care too much as it is to act like you don't care at all. Like because when you don't care at all, you just aren't focused. You have to be mentally focused and what was the other one? Like mentally focused and just smart. He said muscle memory is like not a thing. Like you actually have to think about it, but you just have to be mentally focused while you think about it, which is how these players are the greatest in the world because they can do that every shot for 18 holes or just do it better than someone else that's that good. And that's really what it comes down to, dude, is Cameron Smith makes one bad swing all week and it came at the worst time possible. That's all it is, dude. And then
that was
now
crazy.
spiraled, dude, and like who wouldn't and who hasn't, and it's you can feel that and it was like, dude, just get it in the clubhouse, like there's a lot of
It's
holes. What was that, 12? There's a lot of
that was
holes.
12. Yeah, yeah.
Phew.
It's interesting. I feel like you can just feel when Cam Smith. I for me, I was just putting myself in the situation, right? And I'm
Deflated.
going, man, like it's got to be tough trying to catch Scotty Scheffler right now. This guy who just seems like he can't do anything wrong, right?
Yep.
So that bears on you, wears on you, wears on you. You keep pushing, 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 and then you could see all of his anger. I haven't seen Cam Smith show that much emotion. He wasn't like doing anything outlandish, but he was kind of, you could tell he was upset. He kind of whacked his club around a couple times. Like I would be so frustrated because you're doing all you can to try to catch this guy.
Yep.
He can't do any wrong, and then you make that mistake and you're done. He's just done.
And think about it,
So
bro. You don't really usually think about unless you're out of the situation or unless you're like watching from home. You don't think it's that guy's week. You think it's your week when you're in the situation. So Cam's getting his bounces, he's making his putts, and dude, he played sick. He's been in contention for almost every event too. Like kid's on fire. He's probably thinking, shit, this is my time. Like he's already won four. Like people, I think golfers have to have that kind of outlook on things. Like just because he's Tiger Woods or just because he's won the last four events doesn't mean he's gonna win the fifth. Like you can't think like that, or else if you do, Tiger goes on a 8-year reign in winning all the time because everyone just said, "Oh, Tiger's here, I'm taking second." Like you can't count yourself out, and I don't think Cam Smith really did until maybe a couple holes after 12. Like you could just see the
Yeah,
frustration, and that's when he was out. Like as soon as he broke, and when Scotty said he broke is when he finally knew he had that big of a lead on the last hole, and he said,
yeah.
I like took that breath. He said it all hit me, and now you just couldn't think. Like,
I also think one thing, and there's a lot of times you can say if this, if that, um, which is it's just crazy to think about or even say because you can't actually you don't know what's gonna happen. But that third hole to me was just crazy. Like that's just when I felt like I knew I was like, all right, it's Scheffler's week. Like he's gonna win because
yeah,
Smith brought it to within one, started off fantastic, and then bang, two shot swing right back. And it was they were in the same exact spot. They were almost in the same exact spot, and Scheffler goes first. And that thing was cruising, man. That thing hit the pin
fine.
and dropped, and I was like I
Oh,
could just imagine being Cam in that situation, being like, "Oh my god!" Like
yeah,
that's
dude.
not that was such a hard shot. Like,
Dude, times does that happen to you in like a college round, dude? When like you just start off rocky or even, and the kid, it kind of feels like match play in college ball because it's like it's just you two, and you're usually decently matched up, and so you're like, well, if I beat him, I think my guy's gonna beat him, and so and your kid's just draining 50 footers or chipping in or like staying in bounds, and you're like,
yeah,
and you're grinding over 4 footers, and it's like you said, man, it just wears on you. So
yeah.
incredible work by everybody. But when it's your week, you're playing that well. I don't know, man. There's a couple good things going for Scotty, and that's it shows, man. Good for him. That's crazy, unreal stat to that is just how
The
quick he became world number one.
the amount of up and downs
Hmm.
from spots where I mean, like 12 was crazy even too. Like
Yeah.
Cam dumps it in the water. Scotty went, I'm not hitting it in the water.
Yep.
No shot I'm hitting the water. He pulls it long left. I'm looking at that like, man, like even though he didn't hit it in the water, this could still be a tough
Yeah.
up and in. And then he just bang. He did that so many times that round too, which I feel like would have wore down Cam as well.
Yep.
Just looked like he could maybe he's gonna fuck this one up and make a bogey, and he never did, man. He
That's the
got
crazy thing.
everything up and in. Everything.
Yeah. I expected him to. This is the one he duffs. This is the one he's short.
Yeah.
Never. Never. Incredible spin control he has, right? Dude, just
Just the
unreal.
wedges. Yeah. The
What
chips with the wedges, unreal.
left me in awe the most, dude, is how he was like, oh, I've never gotten to this part. Like, I've never thought about this. Or I've never thought this far. When did you think you'd be a Masters champion, or when would you want to be one? He's like, oh, it was like yesterday, and I was like, oh, that's like for an instant I was like, damn, like that's a dick move. Like that just seems so rude. People work their whole life for it, and you're just like, I just thought I'd be doing this yesterday, but I was like, no, like that's actually how he's living, dude. He's like, I could be not a pro golfer tomorrow. So he's like, I'm just,
He's a cool dude, man. He is a cool dude.
yep, it's really nice, man. The more stuff I see of him now because he's so relevant, it's like, yeah, man, he's all about good stuff. Enjoy it.
Yeah, but just to kind of finish off what I was trying to say, I was kind of talking around it. We're really good at that. Just I mean, even when your A game's not there, man, like your B game or your short game, or I mean the short game covers a lot of sins. Like I just can't really stress enough how important it is to be able to grind it out and get things up and in. Being able to rely on your short game like that was impressive, and he was able to shoot a couple. Well, he would have been a couple under if he hadn't done what he did on 18. I don't even think he hit that many greens. It felt like he missed a lot of greens to me.
Yeah.
I couldn't find the stat on how many greens he hit, but I felt like he chipped a lot.
Yep. Yep. Wow.
I think Rory was kind of similar. Rory was missing greens at the end. I mean, Rory shot 8 under, and you'd think if you're shooting 8 under, you're probably hitting 16 greens, but I felt like he probably only hit like 13 or 14.
Dude, who was the dude that set the record on the front for lowest nine?
Was it at the Masters this year?
Yeah, bro. Rory shot 32 and he shot 30, and then he exploded on the back, dude. It was hilarious.
Oh, a guy shot 30 on the front at Augusta,
Yeah, like
and
during the Masters Sunday, and then he exploded on the back.
hmm,
A name I can't. It's slipping my mind right now.
I didn't even hear about that.
Yeah, dude. That's why it was so funny because Rory like had a putt to either do that or do 30, 31 at least, and the record was just set a couple holes before, like the guy that just went through, and he shot 30. And I was like, wow, like I was like, he's in it right now. He's in it because he got it all the way back to like maybe 2, 3 under, but then 10, 11, 12, I think he just went bogey, bogey, bogey. Like he just, I was like, he's gonna go crazy low now, and it was like bogey, par, bogey.
That's crazy. I'll have to check that out. I had no idea. I could maybe bring it up on my phone quick, but
But,
on another note, I think I got a concussion today.
yeah, bro, you get hit with another golf ball.
No, I hope it's not actually a concussion, but I cranked my head on a golf cart this morning. Some
Uh,
guy called and was like, "Yeah, like I lost my speaker," and I was like, "Okay, like I'll let you know if anything turns up." So I went down to the cart barn to check it out, and I was kind of moving around quick between the carts looking for a speaker. Just like could not have been more center. I don't even know how I did it, and just cranked my head, and I swear I was like woozy for a second afterwards.
who hit my one of my students hit their head like 3 times on the cart yesterday, and I was like, dude, are you forgetting is there? Like,
You
what,
you gotta be you gotta be careful, man.
you don't remember hitting your head 30 seconds ago when you got out of the cart? Bro, come on.
That's how hard he hit his head, dude.
You're like, oh my god, who would I caught you?
I mean, the only other thing that was absolutely wild was Morikawa and Rory hitting that bunker shot, and they both jar it.
They both eagled too on that. They were the only two other
Yeah,
people.
they did. I mean, Morikawa played great too. I think he shot like 5 under. He just
They were 13 under for a group. Yeah, crazy. Everyone else was like
crazy.
49 over as like comparative to that. It was crazy.
Yeah, they balled out.
They
So I don't
ball.
know if you saw this, but Scotty Scheffler has a quote from 2019 saying that he thinks Southern Hills is his favorite golf course, which is where the next major is. It's where the PGA is.
Wow,
So
is that a hot?
that's that that's crazy, man. Maybe, like, are the stars aligned? He's just gonna win another one.
I'll put money on it.
I almost would. I was thinking. That's exactly what I thought of. I was like, all right, if I was to bet on this, what would I do? And I didn't bet Scheffler because he felt like, you know what I mean? Like, when there's that obvious bet, you're like, oh, he's the favorite. Like, everyone's gonna bet on him. Like, he's not gonna win. Like, he won't actually win. I'm not gonna bet. Well, sure enough, he won. I would almost this time, knowing that he loves the place. And I again, I'm like, well, you gotta bet he's the favorite. I might just actually bet on him this time.
Well, folks, you heard it here first. Scotty Scheffler, another
Yeah, I might
major.
just take my bank account, put it on him in the PGA, and then see if I can get a car.
I might just refinance my parents' house. Take out another mortgage,
Yeah,
lose it all. Scotty misses a cut.
that would be tough.
That
I'd be
wouldn't.
washing windows with you, brother.
That's facts, dude. That I many a house.
um,
Speaking of which, if anyone is listening to this from upstate New York, Danny and I are going to be roaming around the old Canton, Norwood, Messina, Potsdam area plenty this summer for a couple, or at least June, July. So if you're trying to golf, trying to get some lessons, trying to be on the pod, reach out.
definitely,
Boy, Corey Rowsome rocking cameras for us. So we got some really cool stuff coming up. So stay tuned.
definitely, man.
Tell your friends, tell your sisters and your moms.
If you were more, I just thought of this, just popped in my head, and I was like, well, he's gonna be too busy. But if you were less busy, I would almost say we should do like a clinic on a night for like a month.
Ken,
But
don't I
that'd be
play
cool.
golf with you Sunday morning?
Oh, that's a given, bro. I cannot wait for Sunday morning rounds.
What happened? You probably go to sleep Sunday like afternoon. You probably have to go take a nap.
Are you talking about me?
Yes.
What's your joke?
Why wouldn't we just do
Oh,
it
oh,
midnight?
okay. Now I'm with you. If you weren't sitting 10 feet from your computer, I might have been able to hear you better.
I'm so sorry, Daniel.
Um, yeah, no, Sundays could be the day. Sundays could be the day for sure.
Yeah, it could be the day.
Yeah, there we go.
Maybe
This high noon's working its magic.
I'm about to throw it at this camera.
Um, yeah, I think that'd be cool. I think one area we're missing right now at Partridge is the clinic for men. I mean, we already have a women's clinic and a junior clinic. I feel like we're missing a men's clinic. I feel like that's something. I feel like that's something that a lot of dudes aren't okay with doing though. I feel like it's like a pride
Yeah.
ego thing.
Yep.
Guys
Maybe
need to be more
called
more.
a yoga and
Or,
golf for men, dude.
yeah, man. Imagine we get 30 guys out there, yoga mats on the range.
Bro,
That'd be baller.
we might do that.
But I definitely think that's something that men need to be less insecure about. And I wish that I could really touch the souls of a lot of middle aged men here and just let them know that it's okay to want to be better at golf
Yeah.
and seek out help. I feel like that's just a whole that's another whole nother story with that, but it's okay, like just we
Yep.
all want to get better. We'd love to help you get better. Your buddies might give you a hard time, but on the inside, I think they're probably just jealous. So, they want to get better too.
You're not
So,
jealous, man, because like that's what happens, right, dude? They come to you for a lesson or a clinic, or they watch some of our tips that actually are meant for them and what they need, and then they start hitting it past their friends or scoring better, and then those jokes turn to inquiries about how do I do that. So at least be on the forefront of the jokes, and I'd rather have someone pick on me for being better than them at something than and that's really the only reason people get picked on is because, like you said, man, other people are either insecure or and that's a whole nother story. So
yeah,
take
I want to change that dynamic, dude. There's no shame in getting golf lessons. None at all.
amen, dude.
None at all.
Clip that. But can't. Yeah, that's dope. That's a promo right there. You can
Hey,
keep this in. That's a promo. If you're listening to this, you probably already saw this promo on Instagram. And if you don't, follow us on Instagram. Please do.
tipped
Tip out. Tip
underscore out. Tipped underscore out.
Tipped underscore out. That's probably gonna flash on the camera right here.
I think that'll wrap it up. I mean,
Will that wrap
uh,
it up?
yeah, get less insecure,
Hmm.
and then maybe you'll be able to play like Scotty Scheffler.
Yeah, bet on him. What is it? Sleepy Hollow.
Southern Hills. Southern
Some
Hills.
Sleepy Hollow is
It's a murder show,
it's a murder show. I thought it was a
isn't
rapper.
it? I
I thought
think
it
it's
was
a
a rapper.
Sleepy Hollow, a rapper. Is that what you said?
Yes, look up Sleepy Hollow, dude. I think it's like something to do with Trippy Red.
You're bugging.
Nah. What do you guys like for music? Drop that below. I don't know whether you're listening to this in the car or watching it on YouTube, and if you're seeing Danny lit up nice and me in the dark, I'm
Yeah, what
sorry.
happened out there, brother? You guys run out of electricity? Florida get taken off the grid finally?
No, my mom stopped pedaling the bike. That's the only.
uh, no, man. Let's see here. Sleepy Hollow is a village in New York State.
Nope.
Sleepy Hollow rapper.
Maybe he's a producer of some sort.
He's an American rapper, apparently.
Got him. I think he's all right too. To be honest,
He's
maybe.
got four names: Tegan, Joshua, Anthony, Chambers.
Wow. Shout out Sleepy Hollow. Thank you guys for listening so much. This has been the Tipped Out Podcast with your hosts, Brandon Palmer and Danny Christy Golf. I think that's going to wrap it up for this one, folks. Absolutely incredible stuff from Scotty Scheffler and the Masters. Don't be so insecure. Get some golf lessons. That's all good. Stay tuned for what we got rocking. We've got definitely thought someone just opened that curtain. We got a newsletter coming out for you guys, as well as kind of a email list sign up so you guys can stay up to date on all of our discount codes, lesson promotions, and never miss an episode. So, peace and love. Danny, you got anything else, brother?
I just want to say stay tuned. This is just the beginning. We got plenty more guests lined up, and we
Yep.
plan on doing nothing but growing and making more of these. So,
Everybody, if you guys ever have questions, comments, concerns, or would like us to talk about something, if you have some topics in mind, feel free to either DM us tipped_out or Danny Christy Golf or balance_performance. Thank you guys. It's been another great episode. We'll see you in the next one.
amen. Peace and love. See you in the next one.
Peace and love.
Contraband got that dope.
Sometimes I don't feel alright.